I wanted to spend a couple of video reflections talking about suffering. When you think about it, I think suffering is the greatest test to our human experience and also to our faith. All of us come up against suffering, whether it's the physical suffering of illness or the mental suffering of challenging relationships or addictions or depression. When we think of the death of loved ones close to us, when we think of tragedies that strike us and those around us, our whole world is just filled with suffering. And oftentimes people will say, how can a loving God allow so much suffering? Or if God really loved me, why does he let me go through this? Or I pray for an end to my suffering and nothing happens. So suffering is a tremendous test of faith. When we look at the scriptures, I've always been fascinated by the book of Job because Job is really dealing with the question of innocent suffering. What I mean by that is in the world of the scriptures, suffering was always linked to punishment, to divine punishment. The thought being that I must have done something wrong to merit this suffering. And so this suffering is sent by God as a divine punishment or a divine correction. So the book of Job deals theologically with the question of a holy and just man who loses his entire family through this tragic accident, loses all of his wealth, and loses even his health. And he's asking himself, what have I done to merit this suffering? And he examines his conscience and he can't come up with anything. And even his wife says, well, you must have done something wrong. Otherwise, why would we be going through all this? So when it's all said and done, at the end of Job, he's left facing the mystery of God and the mystery of suffering. So Job for us as Christians is really kind of a prototype of Christ, who himself was innocent and went to a horrible death through the suffering of his passion. So I think the first thing that the scriptures really correct our understanding of suffering about is that question, is this a punishment from God? And the answer emphatically is no. God does not punish us with suffering. He allows it, and when we're on the receiving end of suffering, that distinction between allowing and willing may seem to be a fine or subtle one. Nevertheless, suffering is a mystery that many innocent people and good people go through, all of us. So to be continued.